Well, well, well. As it turns out, the majority of you were wrong about the R9. Good. And so what, pray tell, has Yamaha given us? Well, they certainly didn't give us a faired MT-09. No. We're talking about a true super sport with a one-off frame, the lightest frame ever produced by Yamaha for a sport bike, and it's a proprietary Delta box frame, and again, it's a one-off design just for this machine. The only similarity being the swing arm itself is identical to the MT-09. It is not even attached or manufactured to the frame in the same manner, due to the fact that Yamaha has also given us a proprietary full KYB suspension featuring 43mm front forks with full rebound and dampening adjustments, as well as adjustable preload on the rear by way of a mechanism that is similar to the Öhlins kits that we're all familiar with. In fact, this machine shares a lot of similarity to the R1, obviously not by way of horsepower or torque. However, the R9 is only 15 feet-pound of torque shy of the R1's performance, which is worth noting. Furthermore, the entire KYB suspension on the R9 was modeled after the suspension on the R1, and lo and behold, the R9 is substantially lighter than the R1 by something like 50 some odd pounds. That's right, the R9 has a wet weight of 430 pounds, likely due in part to the lightest Delta box frame Yamaha has ever designed for a super sport, right? So, in a kind of partial summary here, before we talk more about this machine, Yamaha has essentially given us a brand new motorcycle. It is as similar to an MT-09 as an MT-07 is to a Tenere 700, right? It's apples to oranges, man, and that's exciting. It's best case scenario. That this is a brand new motorcycle save for a swing arm. Really? People are still going to complain about the swing arm thing too, man. I'm telling you, absolutely ridiculous. You have a premium suspension designed just for this motorcycle, and it's KYB no less. You have a one-off frame that is apparently manufactured by some kind of process called gravity drip or gravity feed, which provides a stronger, more rigid frame at speed, but a softer and more responsive frame at lower speeds. I'm not real sure how that works, but I trust that Yamaha's many years of super sport experience will prove true to what they're saying. It does feature a 180 rear. She comes wrapped with battle axes from Bridgestone. And so let's talk about the brakes. We'll talk about all the things. Let's talk about the brakes. Full Brembo kit with stainless steel front lines from the factory. Not too shabby. And so Yamaha apparently aims not to disappoint when it comes to the small detail, right? So you get your Brembo brakes, man. So she's got plenty of stopping power, especially under stainless steel lines, right? Ergonomically, the rider's triangle is meshed right between what you experience on the R7 and the R1, which is perfect. Let's talk electronics. The electronics package was essentially robbed from the R1. It's not the exact package, but it's the same features. We're talking 6-axis IMU with lean sensitive traction control, ABS brakes that can be disabled. Top it all off with cruise control from the factory, and it's not a bad little setup. Furthermore, the thing has connectivity to an app that you can run on a phone or a tablet that data logs all of your track data. And so you can tweak all the little things. Probably gets pretty dang technical. I don't know what the interface of that app looks like, but the capabilities are pretty impressive. All for, by the way, let's just jump right in, all for the price point of $12,500. Slotted right in there with the GSX-R 750, probably all by design, I would assume. And if there's any confusion as to whether or not this machine is considered track ready, it even features launch control. Oh, as well as wheelie control. So yeah, I'd say that the R9 is a brand new one-off motorcycle, featuring the electronics package that you want, especially for track days. Has the tuned suspension or tunable suspension that you want for a track bike, all while being ergonomically friendly with the rider's triangle for street riding. And did I mention the Brembo brakes? Yeah. So here straight away, let me just ask you guys to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about all that. And I'm especially curious to hear from the all-out naysayers. I'd like to know if you have any revised viewpoints, given all the specs of the R9. Honestly, you know, do you still feel the same way? Yeah, this bike is going to replace the R6, straight up, in the literal sense, as far as competition is concerned, because it is going to be the new placeholder in the super sport class. In fact, Yamaha is already working on homologization efforts with Moto America. And so Matty Schultz, for example, who just won the Super Sport Championship in Moto America on the venerable Yamaha R6, will likely soon find himself on the new Yamaha R9. It's going to happen. Accept it, right? You know, another thing that a lot of people are bitching about already is the winglets. I think they're very tastefully done. In fact, you can't even see them from the side of the motorcycle. They blend into the fairing bodywork, actually 100%. They're slightly noticeable from the front. They're not huge because they weren't made for aesthetics. They actually serve a purpose. Yamaha claims that you will receive an extra 6% of downforce in turns and an extra 10% of downforce in straight speeds. I'd say that counts for something, certainly not for nothing. And yes, granted, I'm a Yamaha fanboy, but look, leave it to Yamaha to make things with purpose, right? It's not just about the aesthetic of winglets, love them or hate them, it's just the fact that they function. And it's crazy because a lot of these videos that are out there go over all those facts, right? Everything that Yamaha's put out, and people just don't pay attention. They don't watch, you know, they like, if you don't have any interest, then why are you even commenting? What I'm saying is there's people that are commenting in some of these videos that have come out, just disregarding the fact that, for example, the winglets are functional. Blah, 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 they're just on that trend with the stupid winglets, this, that, and the other. You know, they're not stick-on winglets. They're obviously computer designed in a wind tunnel and all the things to actually produce downforce, even at different rates specified for in turns and on the straights. So, you know, aesthetically the bike looks fantastic, as expected. Like 95% of what the concepts were that were put out. It's perfect R styling. It really is. The tail is a hybridization of the R1 and the R6. Very thoughtfully created. Again, the winglets blend in with the bodywork. It's awesome. They didn't try to be overbearing with that. I mean, really, it looks like the R1 and the R6 had a love child, right? It is interesting to me that they kept with the concept of the single LED center light, like on the R7. I didn't really expect that, and you know, I discussed that in my last vlog as to whether or not that's what we were seeing, and of course it was. However, the LED running lamps are very nice. Love that look on both the R1, you know, the current generation R1 and the last generation R6. It looks great on the R7 as well as the R3, right? So again, they carried through with the traditional R design. They kept it true to form. I just think it looks great, man. Your 3 color options are matte black, Team Yamaha blue, and a passion white or something like that. Maybe that's not what it's called. It's white with red accents. It looks pretty good. Your boy probably, you know, look at the jacket, would probably have to go with Team Yamaha blue. I'm not gonna lie. I've always said my next bike is gonna be blue. I bought my Tiger and made sure it was blue. I've outfitted Evelyn here all with blue trim and accents, all the way down to the tail cowl. And yeah. So really feeling Team Yamaha blue. I've always thought they look the best on R6s, you know. And the R9 looks equally good in Team Yamaha blue. Oh, and 2 more things worth mentioning about the R9 is that it has a different rear tooth sprocket count, or a different rear sprocket tooth count than the MT-09, obviously to lend credence to a higher top speed. And the other thing is, well, it should be obvious, is that the electronics, the fuel mapping, is proprietary to the R9. So it's completely remapped from what the MT-09 is, as expected, to deliver power differently. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you on the R9. I just wanted to circle back and touch base with you guys since the thing has been dropped, and we know all the nitty-gritty details. But so drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've been swayed. But as always, this has been me. That's been you. Just have a click up. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Goodbye.